Hello, Jen here, and today I'm participating in the Inspired by the Magic of Disney YouTube and Instagram hop. I'm so excited. I have this Disney album from the one and only time that my daughter and I have ever been to Disney. She did the Dance the World program with Disney with her dance studio. So I kind of started putting this album together, and then I really just wasn't interested in it. So it's been several years now, and I need to get this back up and running. So I wanted to pop on here live and let you know kind of what's going on with all of this. So I have this album that I picked up while we were in Disney, and when I got home, it just started sticking things in here. So I do have the Say Cheese collection from Simple Stories. This is their very first one, I think. I have all the different maps and things. We didn't get to go on very many rides because we lost about 48 hours of our stay there, but we got to do a few things. The album itself came with some stickers and some papers and stuff, so I have that all in there. A very sweet friend sent me a pocket letter that was American themed, and so I pulled out some of that kind of stuff that she had in there to use in my album. You know, and I just threw it all in here. Anything that I kept, ticket stubs, all of that kind of stuff. So that is in my first few pockets here. And then I was able to get, let's see, I was able to get this layout done, just documenting all of our sweeties on stage at the Dance the World, because they walk in the parade as one thing, and then they also get to do a performance on stage, so super duper fun. We were there for Canada Day, so July 1st I have some stuff documented for that. And I have one of the things we were able to do, which was the, I think, is this called the Serengeti? I don't even know. That's how bad it is. Anyways, this was such a funny picture that I got of the giraffe looking right at my daughter. So those are the only things I have done in this album. So you can see it needs some help. It needs some work. It needed this push of motivation to get working on it. And then I also have more of the Simple Stories papers, the 12 by 12 papers. I got a lot of the cut apart papers because I thought that that was the best deal for me to be able to use them as full paper, but also cut little images apart, some more of the stickers. I got this from Michael's, which is just, oh no, actually I think this came from Dollarama, but just a whole bunch of different little cute ephemera pieces. Some are glittered, some aren't. I got these from Michael's for sure. Little bottle caps with the different characters on them. Yeah, and just some few random papers that I've sort of collected over the years, knowing that, or I guess maybe hoping that eventually we'd be able to take the kids to Disney. So I have a few things in here. And then I also have this. So when I first started my channel a long time ago, I did a series called Scrapping on a Budget, and so every week I gave tips on how you could scrap within a really, really conservative budget, which is what I had. And so for Know Your Stash, I did a Disney layout. And so I remember thinking at that time that I wanted to keep it fairly close because I knew I would probably cut this out and put it into the album. So that's what I'm going to do with this, is cut this out and fix it up a little bit and get it into this album. And then I think I'm going to pick between one of these. I'm either going to scrap this picture, which is us on the bus just getting there. By the time we actually made it, it was probably like 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, so the sun was just coming up, and yeah, we finally made it to Disney after like 5 flights and going halfway across the country. Or I might do this one because this is just my favorite photo of all time from her being in the parade. So I'm going to pop on the Little Mermaid, the live action Little Mermaid, which is going to be starting pretty soon, and I'm going to watch that, and I'm going to do a little bit of Disney scrapping, so I'll pop you on voiceover so you can follow along with me. So I went ahead and ripped out that layout from my sketchbook, and then I just cropped it down as close to the layout as possible and stuck it down on a piece of purple paper, and I'm going to leave it just like that. I like the way that the purple kind of plays off of the red that's in the photo, and yeah, I don't think it needs anything extra. So now I will move on to the layout for today, and I just cut my photo out, and now I'm gonna pick out a few things that I think I might want to use. So I like this card here. I plan to fussy cut out that little sign or whatever is on the card. And then I'm going to pull out a bunch of stars from here. I have 3 stars that came from the same pocket letter as those clips at the beginning. So those work out really good. There's a red, white, and blue one. They're like a thick foam. So I'm going to use those, and then a couple other stars. And then I like this ribbon, so I'm going to cut that out, and I'll end up fussy cutting that as well. And I think yes, so one of the stickers from here says totally worth the wait, which is very apropos for this particular layout and this picture, because I have to say that our journey to get to Disney was not very easy. We had to do a bunch of extra fundraising. Disney has just never been in our budget, and so it was nice that for this trip we were able to pay it off over a year, but we still needed to do a bunch of extra fundraising to get my daughter and I there. And then we also had our flight canceled at the last minute, which was kind of tough. So there were a few families from our particular dance studio affected by that, and most of us spent all night because, of course, they cancel it right before we're getting ready to leave. We were packed and all set to go. And they email you, which is kind of crazy. So if someone else hadn't noticed the email, I may not even have realized it until we were already on our way to the airport. So yes, I'm super thankful that someone else was paying more attention than I was. But there was an entire flight of us all calling, trying to get rescheduled. And they had originally rescheduled our flights, which they thought they were doing a really nice thing for us, I guess, in rescheduling our flights. But they rescheduled the flight for a couple of days later. And it would have meant that our kids missed the rehearsals and the parade and wouldn't have been able to perform on stage. So that was kind of crappy. Unfortunately, they didn't really understand why it was a big deal that we needed to get flights, but that's a whole other story. In a very roundabout way, 5 flights later, we made it to Disney on time for her to dance and walk in the parade. She made it to all of her rehearsals. So in the end, it worked out. We lost about 48 hours at Disney, which was most of our playtime. So we only were able to go to each park and do one thing. So we had to kind of rush to the park, pick that one thing, because all of our fast passes kind of got tossed out of the way because of missing all of that extra time. So we kind of had to pick the one thing we wanted to do that, hop back on the bus, get to the next park, do something else. It was a pretty crazy trip. My daughter ended up with heat stroke because it was just so hot in Florida, and she was working so hard dancing and stuff like that. It didn't matter how much water she was drinking. It definitely took a toll on her little body. But all of that to say, all of the stuff that we did, when I snapped this photo and saw the smile on her face, it was worth it. This was worth it. This is what we were there to do. And if you look at the photos in the still shots at the end, you will see that that smile she has on her face tells me right away that it was worth it. And hopefully one day we'll be able to get back to Disney to make up for it and have a much nicer trip where we can take our time a little bit and actually go to all of the parks and do all of the things. But for this trip, to capture this memory and this moment, it was okay. It was worth it. And I will journal all about that, and I plan to just do some secret journaling that I'm going to hide behind this page. I'll probably turn this page and then use the page that I put on the back to kind of seal them together and make a little pocket in between so that I can pull out the journaling. And I don't want that kind of journaling in the album where everybody can see it. I think it's important that I tell that story because it kind of almost makes these little moments extra worth it. But I want to keep the album super positive. So what I did to embellish, as you saw there, I fussy cut out that Mouse and Company little kind of sign with the washi tape. I added some more washi tape over top of it that has gold foil dots on it. And I also fussy cut out that ribbon. I think that ribbon is so cute, and it says love, love, love all around it, which is perfect. And then I put down a bunch of stickers and cut out those bingo sheets, which are so perfect. The happiness, because obviously look at how happy she is. Best day ever, because it really was. It was so hot, and they were sweating, but there is no prouder moment for a kid than getting to do what she did, and it was just the best day ever for her. So yeah, perfect excuse me, perfect bingo card for that. And then the believe, because man, oh man, did we just truly have to believe that things were going to work out. So they did in the end. So I thought that was a good bingo card too. And then I have the stars from the pocket letter, and then some stars from that little die cut pack. And the yellow stars came from the sticker sheet. I just wanted to have some extra yellow in there because of the happiness bingo card. And then I added a few of the little words from the little word sheet. All of that comes from the Say Cheese sticker pack, the 8-sheet pack or 6-sheet pack that you can get. I didn't know what to put for my title, so I just called this Parade Queen, because look at her, she looks like the queen of the parade. I think that's super cute. And that is the gold foil letters that also come in that sticker pack. And then I used my Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine to create a border around the edge and do some splatters, and that's it. That's my layout. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Now this is a hop, so you're going to want to go down into the description and click on all of the other layouts from all of the fabulous people participating today. Until next time, happy scrapping. Bye!